I've got a call in 4 minutes, so I'm going to quickly break down how you can improve an investment fund sales funnel. So this is an improvement that we did for an emerging sales fund. We've also done consulting for established investment funds. The main difference is that the established ones will have the licensing to ask for investment. The emerging funds will ask for feedback. So I'll walk through the steps and then the improvements. So most investment funds will go lead to first call to proposal to close. So we've added so many extra steps in. So lead is when you're first reaching out to people. Response is their response back to your reach out, whether that's LinkedIn, email, cold call. First call is a discovery call. Relationship is the relationship that you're building, the nurturing process throughout the time knowing them. Value is giving extra value instead of just talking about your investment fund. The transition is then to talk about your investment fund. The proposal is then when you bring out the deck and then you hopefully close. If they don't close, then you always put them back in the funnel into the relationship stage because you haven't improved. You haven't got a strong enough relationship. And also, who else can you run this deck by? Who else do you think would be worthwhile me speaking to about this, if not you? So now let's talk about the improvements. So leads, how can you improve leads? By getting more contacts through networking and any event of getting more contacts, but then also data cleaning any leads that you are scraping. Responses, so always reply within the same day. If you don't have capacity to do this, get someone to do it. You need to have interesting copying, you need to be testing different responses, and it always needs to be relevant to you to increase your response rate. For the first call, you need to add value and keep a strong status. So if the status is dropped where they are seen as above you, you have no chance of closing the business further down the line. So you need to keep a strong status. This needs to be as if you are peers instead of you asking them for their help. So seen as peers. Relationship, this is keeping in contact regularly. So whether it's automated or personal, and whether it's automated or manual, you need to keep in touch regularly. You need to be interested in them. You need to have strong soft skills, and you need to always maintain that status. Value. So this is where you're providing them information on potential deals in the market, insights that you've seen from other investors, keeping in contact with them regularly, but again, keeping the status. The transition, this is where you go from the value adding contact that they've got into I'm going to try and sell you something now, or I am going to sell you something now. This all comes down, the strength of the transition all comes down to the timing, the exclusivity, and the positioning. So the positioning of yourself, but also how you're positioning this investment fund. The timing, if they've just invested, as you know because you're in regular contact with them, then it's not worth trying to pitch to them. Save them until you know that they have more money. Exclusivity, so it needs to be exclusive to them. It needs to not be, I'm speaking to loads of people about this. I want to speak to you about this. Proposal, so this needs to be hyper specific. This needs to be really personalized. You need to add parts about them into it. You need to add parts about the rest of their portfolio, why this investment fund is perfect for them. You need to actually ask for the business. You can't just ask them for feedback. And there's ways to do this, obviously, if you have your licensing or not. Conviction, you need to believe in it. You need to show that you believe in it. It's a sales process. You need to be strong with your pitch. And the deck always needs to be improving. The close, so we always review every call that we do, any sales call, to make it better. You need to have the relationship. You need to be in line with the approach and always improving your pitch. That's how you would get more investors.